Hi everyone, welcome to another video. It's not a calling video. We're at a job centre here in Trowbridge, which I believe is Wiltshire. So let's pop inside and see. Hi, just looking. That's where we're going next.
Excuse me, buddy, you can't be recording anything in here, right? You need to pull that way.
There's QR codes.
Yeah, I know, but you can take them with you, but you can't be recording in it.
Oh well, I'm going to, so.
I've just said you need to put it away.
You're allowed to record in public areas?
It's in a public area, it's actually a private building.
No, this is a public
And
area.
it does state on the sign here that you can't record in it. Okay, so if you don't like it, you'll have to leave.
I've got your training here.
What's that?
Do you remember this?
Number what? Cool, alright. Right, and?
Were you trained on that? Did you do that training?
Yeah, I've received training.
Okay, so you know that I'm allowed to record in the...
Not within here, no.
I'm just not allowed to record in the appointment area.
Doesn't matter, you're not allowed
Says
to
it in
record
here.
at all.
All you can do is ask me. And I
I
have
can ask
to...
you to leave, because if you're not going to stop recording, then you can't go.
It's a public building.
It's not. It's actually a private building.
It's a public building.
It's not.
It's a public place.
It's not.
It's open.
It's not technically open.
Between 9 and 5, it's a public place.
No, it's not. Right.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
No.
So if you don't leave, then you're going to be forcibly removed.
And then you'll get sacked, as it says in here.
You need to leave.
Let's just see what your policy says.
Sorry, you're going to need to leave. Recording in the building.
You cannot record here. You've not had permission, you can't record. So you asked to leave.
Well, actually, I was just recording the QR codes, and that's what he had a problem with.
Any sort of recordings.
And now he's threatened me with violence. I have to record.
Right, okay. So, do you mind switching that off now and then I can talk to you?
No, because he's threatened me with violence.
Okay, well,
This has been on since the start of our conversation.
And I'm trying to find the bit of the policy that says that I'm allowed to film in here.
you can, but without permission. So you haven't asked for permission, hence why this situation's taken place.
Where the carpet changes is where it becomes a private. This is the public area.
Yeah.
That's why the carpet's a different colour.
The whole building will need permission for you to be doing any form of recording. in
You'd
here.
like permission, but I'm allowed to. It's my right.
Unfortunately, that's not the case, I'm afraid. If it's a QR code that you require, then absolutely we can get that for
Well,
you.
I was filming these QR codes and he said I'm not allowed to do that.
You can't do any filming in here without permission. So, unfortunately, if you're not going to turn the camera off and we can proceed, then we'll have to ask you to leave.
You can ask me to leave, but it's a public place.
Then, unfortunately, I'd have to call the police.
You can call them. But you need to know that in the policy it says to call the police, not to use violence. So he's not allowed to
Well,
use
we are
violence.
actually allowed to remove it if required.
Only in a self-defence situation.
So, your camera's on now. So, I would, like I said, it's in your best interests.
Once you've asked the customer to leave, do not engage any further with the customer.
Okay. So, if
Okay.
you're not going to leave, then...
Physical contact should never be made unless in self-defence.
So, I've not
So-
made any physical contact.
No,
I've asked you
he
to.
said he's going to remove me physically.
And I will...
So all I would like is one, that I can go and continue filming what I'm doing, and two, I would like a tissue if you have one.
I will get you a tissue, but
Thank
I
you.
can't ask you to. I can't promote you filming here.
It's not called 999. It says you should call 101.
So we'll be filming right now.
Yeah, hi, I'm a security officer at DWP Trowbridge. I'd like a response to remove someone from our building.
The police can't get involved in civil matters, it says.
So the gentleman's come in is
Thank
not allowing
you.
us, not sorry, it's basically recording in the building. We've asked him to stop. He refuses to leave once asked, and so I'd like someone to come in and escort him off the premises. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
One moment.
So this is some more of the policy. Oh god, I need to have a sit down.
Brown jacket, police line, black cap, black face.
Excuse me, who said I'm a man?
T-shirt, black trousers and black trainers.
I've not got a t-shirt on, it's a jumper. I'm not a man, don't assume my gender, please. I don't identify as a male.
Yes, yeah, black and blue. We have asked him not to record, he's refused not to stop. We've asked him to leave, he then refuses to leave, he's now sat down within one of our areas. No, not this moment.
What's your name?
Sorry.
At the moment, I have to be in there several times to leave. I don't know.
So have it guys, 999 for a man with a camera in a public building, recording QR codes. It's G4S wasting police time.
Yeah, that's fine. Not for this side.
Now we'll give them about 15 minutes to arrive. I have got to take a phone call from my solicitor at 2. So in about 15 minutes we will end the video, but
Potentially.
It's okay. I was due to come in at 2 anyway, but my kits are with the end desk where.
Not this time, no.
just to reiterate, this is an emergency call. So we'd like the police to get involved in a civil matter, which is not what the police are for.
H-I-N-G. Yep, it's
I just pinched out a little bit.
Right, I'm counting.
You stop assuming I'm a male. It could be a lady.
Alright. Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Let's check the room. Keener, quite you. About to take a sip, just so I went to say your name.
Just so you know, I might have a situation. No, it should be okay. No, it's someone else. Yeah.
Oh, we'll restart if something happens. Pardon?
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave our equipment alone.
What equipment?
Very confusing.
What equipment have I touched?
What's that?
What equipment? What equipment?
Computer.
Have I touched the computer?
Yes, you do.
I moved the keyboard out of my way.
Oh, either way, it's still. Yeah.
You're petty. You're being petty.
Well, I've asked you to leave. You could have left by now. But
Yeah.
police are on their way, so it's
I
not.
don't care if the police are on their way. I'll tell you what will happen, and it will happen the same as it happens every single time you guys call the police. They'll come in, they'll tell you it's a public area, and then they'll leave.
Sorry, it's not. But
It is a public area. These are public computers, it says here, for public access. All this information is here for the public, so the public are allowed to come in here.
it's not for filming.
So until 5 o'clock, I'm allowed to be in here. I'm not allowed to go over here.
And you're also not allowed to film now, which is why.
I am allowed to film in here. It's a request. You're requesting that I don't. But in a public area, people are allowed to record. You're recording me, the same law that gives you the right. It doesn't care. I can have a sign that says I want you to run around the block, but you don't have to. I can have a sign that says G4S have to wear blue hair.
So police are on the way down there.
It's just a request. I don't see what the problem is.
Hoping to achieve out of this.
Well, ask him. I came in here. I'll show you what I was doing. I came in here. I wasn't recording them. I came in here. Ask him. I picked these up and I, one by one, took a picture of each QR code. He came over, said he's going to use physical violence to remove me unless I get out now. That's why I'm filming him, because he threatened me with violence.
Was he filming prior to? Was he filming as you?
I filmed this.
Filming these.
I filmed these. And then he had a problem. So now I'm not going to turn it off because I fear for my safety. And out of a matter of principle, I'm proving a point that the public are allowed to come in here. It says here in this, I've got the training guide here for DWP and G4S. It says that we're allowed in this area. Where the carpet changes colour is a different area. That's for appointments. So I'd have no business going over there. I don't want to go over there. But this area, can you see? This is public information.
Yeah.
So I'm allowed to come in here and I'm allowed to look at it. And if I'm allowed to look at it, I'm allowed to take a photo of it.
There's sensitive conversations and information being provided over here
Right.
to customers.
Okay.
So as long as that's not picking up any of those sensitive conversations.
Well, how can a photo pick up? I'm
But you
taking
just said you're filming, so if you're
now.
filming,
Now I am.
Okay.
But if someone's just coming and taking pictures of QR codes, that's not picking up conversations, is it?
No.
So why has he caused a scene? I know it says a request only authorised filming, but is taking pictures of the QR code filming?
If you're just taking pictures of the QR codes because you have an interest in some of the jobs or other things that we have on the notice boards, then that's not an issue.
Right, so he's the one who's escalated. I didn't talk to anyone, I just filmed the QR codes. He came over to me. So he's going to use, he can use physical violence to remove me. Physical intervention should be used only as a last resort. It says it here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
And, you know,
We
it says
never use
damage to
physical-
property does not constitute a threat.
No.
Consider a lockdown. You know, to stop me going in certain areas. That's all you can do. And then I'd be gone. Am I violent? Am I aggressive?
No.
Have I been aggressive or violent?
No, but I have asked you to leave.
Right, and it's a request.
No.
I've come in here to
Are
look
you
at
one
this.
of these YouTubers or whatever that go
It
around
doesn't matter
filming
what.
job centres?
It doesn't matter what I
I'm just
am.
curious because I do watch some of them and I have followed some of them before, so I'm
Right.
just curious. So I know how this works and
Yeah.
I've seen these conversations and I've watched it a numerous amount of times.
Yeah.
So I was just curious
If
to know
it
whether
has-
you're
if-
one of these people that has.
I don't
one of these
specifically
works.
film job centres.
No.
That's not specifically what I do.
Not one
but,
of these
but,
auditors.
but if it escalates to the point where I think it's interesting to put it online, it'll go online. If he hadn't spoken to me and had left me alone, there wouldn't be a YouTube video to put on YouTube. Do you understand? So it's.
Yeah, I was just.
I've not come in here to. If I wanted to come in here and get a confrontational YouTube video, I'd have stuck the camera in his face and started calling him fatty and stuff like that, you know. I can do stuff like that, and it would escalate into a video. But I've not done that. I've come in here and I've taken pictures of... I've not spoken to... In fact, I did. I came in and I said, I'm just going to look at all of this, when the lady asked what I wanted. That's it. So it's... And now he's called 999. Can you believe that?
So
It says in here to call 101. He's called
So
999.
what are you? So what are we doing now? Then are you
Well, we're
waiting for the police?
We're waiting
to-
for the police.
Okay.
Because if the police turn up, then they might start looking for me, or it looks like I've run away, or I've done something wrong. So I'm going to stay here and I'll tell them what I've told you.
Fair.
And then they can make up their decision. They're not going to remove me.
Yeah.
They're not going to assault me. I'm in a public area.
Because you're in a public area. And yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what I would
if you-
recommend is if maybe you can call the police and cancel them and say there isn't actually a threat here.
I'd be happy to, like I said, I'd be happy to call the police if you're calling in, like I said, to stop recording, then
Well, to be honest with you, I don't want to be here much longer. You know, I've got things to do. I've got an appointment in 10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'd rather just quickly finish what I'm doing
Yeah.
and then get out of here.
By all means.
I think, but I'd like the police to be cancelled because I don't want the police to come in here and you to say, oh yeah, he ran away.
Yeah, we don't think we want the police here.
It's not a good look for you if the police turn up, is it? So it doesn't look good. So obviously it's better for both of us if they don't come. I mean, I don't care if they come. I'm not trying to get you to not have them come because I'm scared of them.
Oh,
I
no.
don't care. To be honest, a job centre called the police on me the other day and the police left before I did.
Like I said, I've seen these videos on YouTube and stuff before. I know how this works.
Yeah.
So.
And there's been no, as far as I can see, there's no GDPR breaches or anything, so I think there's nothing wrong here other than de-escalation, which is the opposite of what a security should do. They should de-escalate, not escalate. I know it's probably a bit boring, I know you're probably bored, but
it's your call, mate.
I won't belong to her area anymore.
What's that, sorry?
It's your call, what you want to do.
If he's filming this, and paying no attention to this, and he wants to have a look at this and then leave straight afterwards, then if that's what he wants to do, then that's fine. But none of this area here, none of these computers, because it's sensitive information.
yeah.
and
But what I would say on that
private
is,
conversations.
is the
and
recording
none-
of it isn't the problem, it's the fact that I would see the data, right?
Sorry.
So the GDPR issues come because you don't want me to see all the private information, is that right?
Don't need to see or hear any of the private conversations.
So it's not just the recording, it shouldn't be visible for even these people in the waiting area. No one should be able to see it. It's not me recording that's the problem. Even if I do record some private data, I'm not the person in the wrong, it's you for letting me see it. I can't see anything,
No.
but even if I did go over there, I still shouldn't be able to see anything. See, I don't understand, why in the job centre, is it, maybe you guys can't make the choice, why don't you have a privacy screen? You know, like where if I stood here I wouldn't be able to see your screen. Because a lot of the time in the job centre, if I even stood in a public area, I can see everything on their screens. Some job centres,
Some do, some don't. I think it depends on the person that's using the computer screen. It's not
Yeah.
a mandatory thing to have these on their screens.
yeah,
But
I think it's management. They should, they're cheap, a couple of quid each, and it stops people
you'll
filming
probably
them.
get them cheaper than that, to be fair.
Yeah, you probably get, well, especially if you bulk buy them. Although I know what the government are like with wasting money on contracts, but I don't expect you to comment on that.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you just doing what you need to do and then go?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've got an appointment in 7 minutes.
Okay.
Not in here.
No. Okay. Just who
I didn't have my phone on me, I did ask Ron to my phone.
yeah, that's fine. I will just contact them and just it's all right.
So it's going to be with Mark, okay? Steve.
And, you know, if someone comes in again and tests you, hopefully this won't happen.
No.
You know, this is the training document.
Where did you get that, can I ask? Did you get that from
It was-
G4S or from another job centre that you've been to?
It was leaked. It's an internal one. So it was leaked to me. Well, not to me, it was leaked to another YouTuber who sent it to me.
Okay.
So this is an internal training document. I think it's from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to have a quick flick through it.
No, it's not.
It's not, you wouldn't have seen it possibly, it's G4S, but it was
Yeah,
issued
so
by
we don't-
DWP
yeah.
for G4S.
He's not left. The management decided to allow him to stay for a moment.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, pretty much just covers. It's important. I mean, the training, admittedly, I think it's about 3 or 4 years old, so maybe there needs to be.
That could be. There could be updated. I was going to say that could well be out of date. Yeah.
There's an up-to-date one, is there? I have done a freedom of information request, but they haven't sent me. To be honest,
The
this.
latest training is going to be under data protection. So,
Well, yeah, this is internal. It was leaked, so.
yeah, but that's well out of date.
But I imagine it's pretty similar, right?
Yeah, it's completely changed.
What's changed?
So any filming within the job centres is a big no. It's
Yeah.
against the policies for the job centre.
It does say that in there.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
when-
it does.
yeah, but
Admittedly,
then-
it does say it's a
yeah,
policy.
and
It's
then
not
like
law.
I said, because I requested and asked you not to film in here.
Yeah.
If you refuse to, I then have to ask you to leave.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's
correct.
Then not a request. That's then you have to leave straight away.
Well, it is a request. You can't force me to leave.
I have no.
You can only force me to leave if I become physically violent.
And that's then when we have to get the police involved, which is why the police were phoned. Right. So until you leave, you're going to be recorded to make sure that there's no untoward, funny business, etc. Right.
And the same way you can record me, I can record you.
I'm not.
You're suspicious of me, I'm suspicious of you.
Well, that's fine. But either way,
You know. I know. Oh, the police are here. Look.
yeah, they've actually been stood down, so they won't or shouldn't be coming in. If they do, it's just probably a courtesy.
No, they're parking.
Yeah, most welcome.
Oh well, that makes my video more interesting. So thank you. I'm going to go and talk to them. All right, thank you. Thanks for de-escalating and
Sorry.
thanks for de-escalating and being reasonable.
Are you able to tell me what your channel is?
I can't. You'll find it probably in about a month.
Okay.
I've got a lot in the. I've got a lot banked,
Yeah.
so it'll be about a month before it goes online.
Where are you heading to next?
Can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. See you. Hello.
Hello.
You've come for me.
No,
Apparently.
I don't think so.
Well, they called you about me. There he is.
You may call out, mate.
Oh no, I'm in a public area.
No, I'm asking you to leave the building.
And the manager said I can be in the public area, so. And the manager has told you that I'm allowed to be here.
You are asked to leave.
He's asked. He said he's found out. I understand this is a public area. I've seen the YouTube channels. I know how this works. I know what's going on. If he's looking at these and he wants to make his way out, once he's looked at these, then by all means.
Yeah.
But I don't want to call. I don't want to see. I don't want any confidentiality, GDPR or anything looked at on this room. If he's in here looking at these things, got what he's needed from these posters, and then he wants to leave, then that's fine. So if he's got anything that he wants,
Did you hear that?
Yeah, we've just had a conversation.
Perfect. Have you had enough time to have a look at the public area?
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do it while you're here because
Whilst I'm here?
it's too distracting.
Oh, okay.
While you're here, I've got to film you.
That's fine. I'm filming you as well.
It's
Just to let you know.
part of YouTube, isn't it? All the time the police are
Is
here,
this-
I'm going to film you.
Yeah, that's fine. Is
But
it
one-
part of an auditing sort of
Yeah,
group
that's
you
it.
are?
That's it, yeah.
What's the YouTube name, if you don't mind me asking?
Can't tell you.
Can't tell me. I'm sure I'll see it online later on then.
You'll find it in about a month, I'm sure.
A month's time? That's a bit
Yeah.
of a delay.
Yeah, I've got a lot to edit, so
Right, okay.
I go out, I tend to go out and do maybe 5 or 6 a day once a week,
Was that in here, in the job centre, or was that just at other general places?
just all over the country,
All over the country?
wherever.
Wherever. And why Trowbridge today?
Just passing through.
Passing through. Okay.
I just drive through, and if I see something, I think, oh, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
It's attached to a petrol station. I thought
Sorry?
it's attached to a petrol station. I thought that was a bit strange. You've not
It is adjacent to one. Yeah, that's correct.
not seen that before, so
No.
it's quite interesting to me. Some of us find weird things interesting.
That's fine.
I'm sure you've got your own weird little hobbies and interests.
I couldn't possibly say. So obviously you've heard the manager. He's happy for you to have a little look and be engage in the public area.
Yeah, I've said I'm not going to go beyond there.
Yeah, perfect. As long as you don't step round this area. Obviously, there's lots of people in here, lots of confidential details being shared, and as long as we can protect their rights as much as yours as well.
I did say that's on them to make sure it's hidden. To be fair, even if I stood here, I still shouldn't be able to see anything. So I've just said
Maybe
turn
it's
the
on them.
screens.
Yeah, I think we could both work this out as adults. And if we're not infringing on anyone's protection this way, then I'm sure they'll be happy with you filming what you want to here.
But in a way, it's also teaching them. I've got the training here, and they're not sticking to it. So it's kind of it's just a bit of education, I suppose. So next time someone wants to come in, and when I initially came in, I was just looking at. You see, they've got like QR codes everywhere.
Yeah.
So you have to take a picture of them, right? Like if you want to go online.
Yeah, you got usually the camera.
So that's all I was doing, and he sort of started. Oh, I can use physical violence to remove you. It's just there's no need.
You can hold it wherever you want.
I
supporters.
I think he was on side. It's hard to tell, but yeah, it's just a learning opportunity, I guess, for how to deal with this sort of thing.
Well, I'll have another quick chat with the chap in charge here, and I don't see any issues with you recording in public spaces. That's fine for you to do that. Obviously, I don't want to be called back if you start sort of pushing those boundaries a little bit, and I'm sure you won't.
No. To be honest, my solicitor's calling me in 1 minute for a meeting, so I'm actually going to head off. But
no problem.
otherwise, yeah.
What YouTube channel can I find myself on?
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me.
You can keep asking, but I'm not going to tell you.
Why can't you?
Because otherwise I get a lot of people commenting saying, "Oh, you gave in some information,"
Right. Okay.
and then by the time
So are you led by their comments?
not necessarily, but it's more. There is other reason to it, which is you might go back and you might type in my YouTube channel into the PNC and it'll pop up with my details.
Right. So it's about having your details confidentially.
Yeah, Article 8 of human rights.
So a
privacy.
bit like, obviously,
I think if I give you my YouTube channel and I know it's happened before. Use of the PNC. So, I want my details to be private.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give you my names. Why would I give you my YouTube channel, which will give you my name?
And is it on there? Right, okay, it's part of that.
I've been arrested several times, so I'm sure it's linked somewhere.
Yeah, I don't suspect the crime's been committed.
No.
Therefore, I don't require your details.
Correct.
And I'm sure if you've got a phone call from your solicitor very shortly, that if you're happy to leave, or
Yeah.
is that just curiosity? Is that because of ongoing court cases and lawsuits and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's about 2 that I've got ongoing with Avon and Somerset. You're not Avon and Somerset.
No,
are you?
it's Wiltshire Police here.
Wiltshire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Right, take care.
I might see you again sometime. All right, see you. All right, guys. Yeah, we kind of have to cut that short. I've got my solicitor calling me in 1 minute. So yeah, we'll they want to be on the camera. Gonna call it a day. Here he is leaving. So yeah, that is that. That's Trowbridge. Now we're actually going to head up the road to Trowbridge Police Station once I've had this phone call. And so from Trowbridge, this is AA out.
I don't care. Get out now.
You step
Now
back.
you've just touched me.
You've
now
come
you've just
into
touched
me.
me. Now you
Move.
just
Oh,
think
yes,
you know
I
it
am,
all,
yeah.
don't you?
Oh yeah,
You think
I know
you
it
know
all.
it all, don't you?
Yeah, I know it all.
Yeah.
Control
Okay.
your,
You
control
need
your
to go.
dog.
You
Control
need
your
to-
dog.
Oh, so now you're being insulting. That's okay.
No, well, you didn't let me finish.
No.